And we are live. How's it going, everybody?
Hey,
Everybody
Awesome.
doing?
how's it
Great.
going?
So good, good, good. Well, tonight we are going to have some fun. There's a lot of stuff going on tonight around the world, a lot of politics going on, a lot of football games going on, and just a nice, beautiful weekend. Um, I hope everybody is having a great day. Hope your weather is nice. Tonight was a little cool, but it was a beautiful day here in El Paso, Texas. My name is JT. I have been a business owner for a few months now, so I'm relatively new to the game. And I wanted to, I love having this group nightly meeting here with some friends and other like minded business professionals. And we wanted to share stories, have a little conversation, and answer a few questions for y'all. But we do have a cool topic tonight. The topic tonight is lifelong learning. Okay, anything we've learned in the past, learned today, learned 50 years ago. How can we use that to our benefit for our online business? So what I'm going to do, we're going to go round robin. We're going to go and just introduce ourselves real quick. Brian, could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, good evening, family. Happy Sunday. Hope you got your bellies fed because it's about dinner time for a bit, about for everybody. So hope you're eating something or drinking something as you watch. But yeah, I'm in the same boat as JT, kind of. Couple months in, learning the ropes, trying to absorb as much information as I can, about our new digital business. So I mean, again, just I jumped in just because the topic was what are we learning, and that I gotta learn stuff. So here we are.
All right, cool. Thank you, Brian. Thanks for joining us, Sunny. And we also have Mr. Bob. How's it going, Bob Coder?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Excuse me. My name's Bob Coder, and I'm in Tellico Plains, Tennessee. Currently 22 degrees, headed toward 11. So it's a little chillier than Florida or El Paso or LA, I guess. Uh, Anyhow, well, it sounds like we're peas in a pod. I'm a couple months into this also, but it's exciting. Primarily because we do keep learning new things every day. So happy to be on here with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob. All right, next we have Miss J. Welcome to the show, Miss J. Good to see you.
Hi, everyone who's watching on live and on replay. I am now in Florida. I've been in California for many years, so I have a lot of family and friends over there. Been in the education space, teaching college, basic college math to adults for 20 something years. And I started the digital business space in 2024. I said yes to it. And here I am with a lot of people here who I'm learning from their wisdom, their experience, and it's fun to do it together. And also with you guys here who are watching from around the world. Thanks for tuning in.
Yay, thank you. Thank you, Miss J. All right, next we have Mr. David. How are you doing, David?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for the invite to the broadcast this
Of
evening.
course. Thank you for showing up. Where are you coming in from?
Yeah, so as Jay stated, I'm connecting from the beautiful and sunny state of Southwest Florida. It's almost like its own state down here. It's a little different, really tropical like Hawaii. Just love it here. And I'm really happy to be Jay's partner and loveyourlifebydesign.com.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, and can't wait to hear some more stories here. Oh, look at this. Who's this guy here? How are you doing, sir? How are we doing? All right, we have a new guest tonight. Could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background, maybe where you're at right now?
My name's Glenn Copeland, and how's everybody doing?
Doing great.
I'm in California here. I'm about 50 miles away from where used to be the fire. I don't know if they're still going here in California from LA. I'm in Riverside here. But anyhow, my background is I used to work for the government for about 30 years. Worked for Norton Air Force Base and March Air Force Base, and then I was a licensed general contractor, and also I came across this digital uh, program and that I just got into, which is Don and Jay's helping me out with that also. So I'm happy to be here, and I've never been on a broadcast before. This is the first time in my entire life.
Hey, doing great. We're excited to have you.
So
And,
anyhow,
yeah.
It's always fun to have a virgin on the broadcast.
I'm not that much of a virgin, let me tell you.
No, don't tell us.
I've been around the world, man. I've been around this world. I'm telling you.
Nothing personal here.
I'm a combat vet. On top of that, I mean, I've been around the world.
All right.
Well,
Well, thank you for
thanks
your
for inviting
service.
me.
And
Yeah,
correct me
of
if
course.
I'm wrong, Glenn. Aren't you single?
Yes, I am. I'm very single.
So, if any of you fantastic, the ladies with the beautiful hearts that are really have great godly intent are out there, and you want a Vietnam veteran that's just a fantastic person with a heart of gold, Glenn's your man.
Yay.
Sorry,
Thank you very much for the introduction. I didn't know you were going to do that to me.
Look at your cheeks.
I think our Love Your Life by Design just added another sector to it.
Yeah,
Actually,
really.
We're
And,
gonna.
Mr. Glenn, you were correct me if I'm wrong. Were you in the Air Force?
No. I
What
was
were
in
you?
the Army.
Okay.
I was 23rd Infantry Americal Division. I was attached to 39th Combat Engineers. I was a demolition man. I used to mine sweep in Vietnam. That was my job, mine sweeping. But when I got out, I ended up working for the Air Force for about 30 years, Norton Air Force Base in March.
So, okay, great. Thank you. And David, you have a military background as well, correct?
That's correct. I spent 9 years in the U.S. Air Force, all around the world, and as a matter of fact, the majority of my family, my birth father's a Vietnam veteran, like Glenn, was in Da Nang, Vietnam. My stepfather was in the Army. My two grandfathers, one was in the Army Air Corps in World War II. The other one was in the Army coming up from Italy. I have uncles and aunts that were in the Army, and so it's
big military background. Then it's great, guys.
My grandmother was even a women air service person.
Wow, nice.
Working for the WASP.
Nice.
That's nice, man.
And JP too, right? Thank you for your service.
Oh, I had a blast. I was in the Navy. We were out partying.
Navy. Oh, wow.
We were like, go Marines, you guys go have fun. We'll be over here at this bar over here.
Well, welcome home anyhow.
Oh yeah, it was a great time. Almost 10 years. And so I have a lot of friends out there, guys. How's it going, shipmates? We had a great time. We worked hard, but we also played hard, and it was a great time. My kids, two boys, two sons, one of them just recently, well, actually it's been about a year. He was in the Navy as well, on submarines. He was actually a missile technician, and then he did that as well, working for a company called Blue Origin, and he did that for a little bit, and now he's working for the government as well, fixing equipment. So kudos to him. And then my other son, he is currently serving in the Navy, and I think he's actually going to do an extension. So he's coming up to finishing his first 5 or 6 years, but he's ready to stay a little bit longer and have some more fun.
Wow. But well, thank you for his service too.
Yeah, thank you,
Danny, Adrian, if you're listening out there, guys, we love you guys. Be safe. And thank you for helping take care of our country for us.
And God bless you, and God bless America.
Yes,
amen.
So let's go to our questions, guys. So the power of lifelong learning. Okay, so lifelong learning, it's not something, well, you can learn, have some more fun. Yeah, you can learn a little bit today, yesterday, or 30 or 40 years ago. Is there anything that you all have that you'd like to talk about that maybe you've learned in the past that you can apply to your online digital business today? So I'm going to go ahead and each one of you, because if you can pick one or two topics maybe to talk about that. So let's start with Mr. Brian. Brian.
Okay.
Anything you've learned in the past that's helping you out with this digital business that you can take and
I can. First thing that comes to mind would be, uh, honestly enough, DJing. My college years, um, you know, playing music was you don't was more of a listening concept, which I had to learn because you don't want to play music if nobody's dancing to it. You know, so the simple concept of you know looking at your crowd and listening to what they're vibing to is something I had to learn. It's not just like I'm a be a good DJ because I have good music. It's also listening to your crowd and seeing what they want to listen to that night. You know, it's not about just smoke and lights and just playing around what you want and forcing your noise at them because then they'll just be noise. But yeah, learning to DJ actually taught me how to listen very well to my audience, and that helps a lot now because for the digital business, it's not only can I still play music if I want, um, I can listen, I can adjust my entertainment stuff to my crowd still.
Perfect example. We have actually had experienced some of your DJ skills. We did a little we had a little fun doing a trend a couple nights ago with the Harlem Shake, and that DJing came into handy again, and we had a little Harlem Shake going on during our program. But for sure, and any audience members as well, please feel free to leave comments. As you comment, we'll take a look at them and post some of them. Just say hi, drop a hi, or if you have any experiences in life that you can use towards your business, please feel free to add it to there. So definitely, just going from a DJ experience, learning to listen and pay attention to your audience. That was great. I appreciate that. Next, Bob, what kind of experience or knowledge or learning have you learned in the past that you can apply towards this new business?
Well, I think it's going to sound like I'm trying to steal Brian's thunder here. But coming from the missionary background, I learned very quickly when we were trying to gather new supporters or raise financial support that you have to make things personal. You have to make a personal connection. You can tell people all you want about you're doing A, B, C, and D, but unless they relate to you on a personal basis, they're probably not going to be involved in your projects. And that certainly holds true here. We have to learn to reach out to people on a personal basis. And sometimes that's a stumbling block. But the good thing here in this business is there are so many tools that people will help you with. I'm not a tech savvy guy, so I'm struggling through some of these tools like Canva and CapCut and InVideo, all those types of things that you can use to make personal reels, personal videos, and to make your posts more personal. And again, the great thing is you can reach out to literally hundreds of entrepreneurs in this business to get advice and get support from. So it's just it's a wealth of knowledge if you will tap into it.
There's a lot of knowledge between the trainings, the events that we have, like creating your own reel. It's almost hard not to learn something new every day. That's great. I appreciate it, Bob. Thank you for your insights. Let's see, who do we have? We have a make sure I don't miss any comments, guys. If you guys see any comments, we can definitely add them here. Okay, and
I think I see Deborah Lee.
oh, Deborah Lee. Deborah Lee.
Hi.
Hey, we got 5 stars. Thank you, Miss Deborah Lee.
Thank you for the 5 stars.
Thank you, Deborah Lee. Always appreciate your support and sending you love.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Miss J, you're up next. Anything that you've learned recently or in the past that's been able to?
Thank you. And PB's here. She said, "Good job, guys. Thanks for tuning in and supporting." I really love like what Bob shared, and it's making the connection. And I didn't know how to do that really, because I shared that I was an introvert all my life. Only had like 2 or 3 friends really most of my life. And that was something I had to learn. But for something that I learned that's helpful now, I think the teaching side, 20 something years of being a teacher, I feel like all the lesson planning and bringing, like, it's not as scary creating a workshop or some training to be able to just teach to someone, like teach, sharing our skill sets or something that might be helpful. Like I did that vision board session and it was so much fun. Like I love having, all of a sudden 30 something people to teach and sharing. So that was something that I learned is being able to have some sort of transferable skill from the teaching side to be doing it online in the webinar side. And then the other part, I think it was not just like creating the lesson plan, but also um, I took 1 full year of brain-based teaching and learning. So, involving the different types of learners. Um, I with my son, he's like very kinesthetic. So when we learn multiplication, I took him out to do baseball and basketball, and learn his multiplication that way. And same, I think it also applies with adults in terms of learning. And some people are more like the tactile and the touch or the visuals, coming up with, like, when we teach something, maybe some manipulative, some visuals, and they can relate to. And then some are storytelling, the auditory, so that's the fun part of it. And then because I also studied Singapore math as teaching methods, and that is part of like the drawing, model drawing, and making it understandable, breaking it down into smaller chunks. And then there's this 5-step process I go through, restating it, and just when we see the word problem, having to have them take time to actually draw a model for it or draw a picture. That's what I see in the teaching space with math. So many of us, even including me, going through a lot of math classes, it just flew over my head as a student because it wasn't understandable with just words. But teaching less and learning more, right? So maybe teaching like three things, but then being able to understand those 3 things instead of trying to teach like 300 things, and then maybe understanding too.
Yeah, definitely. We all have specific skills that are transferable one way or another, and it sounds like to me that teaching will fit perfect to the coaching role for sure. So pretty soon you'll be in that role, and I agree. Coming from an education background too, you brought up a good point. Patience and being able to teach different ways, having a variety of doing that. And that's one thing that we do have in here. It's not like, oh man, this is the system, and if you don't know it, too bad, so sad. You know, I got a message earlier, and it was from Pete and Eunice. Again, thanks, Miss Eunice. She's like, hey, Josh, I have this information I want to share with you. Like, she didn't hesitate. She's like, I've been working on it all week. And you know what? Take from it what you like, what you don't like. I'm like, wow, you don't realize how much work and effort you put in there, and you're just sharing. That's stuff that people pay for, and she was just willing to share it with me. So it's great. I really love this community. If there's anything people need, most people don't hesitate at all. So thank you for sharing with us. Mr. David, you're up next. Any transferable skills, any lifelong knowledge you want to take to this new digital online business?
Yeah, well, I'm sure if people kind of breathe deep and relax and think about it, and they think about their life experience, all the hurdles they've been through, all the different jobs they've worked, the things they experienced as a child and as an adult, if they really think through those things, the positive and the negative, they'll find there's so many things that they can utilize in their life moving forward to help other people and to make their life and other lives better. So, there's so many things that I've been through in my life. I'm actually writing a book called freedomrocks.me, which I hope to start releasing chapters in a few months. And my life story, similar to many people's stories, in my opinion, and others' opinions who know a little bit about my story, has been kind of extraordinary. And that's putting it in a positive spin. It really has been extraordinary. God has gifted me with a lot of experiences and hurdles to get through. And each one of those has empowered me to be able to help more people. So, and it has also really empowered me and humbled me to live a more full life and a life more by design, so that you're not stuck living and feeding another person's dream, and you're actually building your own, if you will. So, let's see, looking back, what's one lesson that I can share? I don't know. There's just been so many things. Like, for instance, in the military and as a cadet prior to the military, I got to meet so many different beautiful people outside of the people that I knew in my neighborhoods that I lived in. So many more diverse backgrounds and cultures and things of that nature. And I got to learn how beautiful this planet is, and how beautiful it is that there's so many different types of people and different types of cultures. And I was able to learn, I was put in a position where I learned how to work with those different cultures and backgrounds. And that really inspired me to, that whole learning process when you're very different because you came from a different state or a different town, and sometimes you're a different color, you speak a different language, and to learn how to interact with people and how to put that positive spin and just love people. And so being a cadet and then being in the military for 9 years, I really got to learn how to love different types of people and how to interact with them, how to do teamwork with them, to work on different projects and make those projects and missions successful. And it was just really a beautiful thing. So, it really inspired me to work with, to teach, to coach, to speak, and to try to inspire more lives, and to just make a positive change in themselves and positive change in others. And that's kind of what I'm about. And I know Jay, the beautiful, loving person that she is, that's what she's about too. And I call it spreading ripples, because as you move forward in life, those little ripples you make, the more people that receive those positive ripples that you're emanating, the longer your ripples will live through eternity, positively and spreading positivity. So that's what I love about life.
All right. I like that, spreading ripples, right? And it doesn't take a giant boulder to make waves, right? You can just
little
drop
ripples.
a small pebble in a pond and see how far it goes out. So
That's right.
Everyone
can make a difference.
Yeah, I can relate definitely to you as well. Coming from a military background, and it is as diverse as anything could possibly be.
Yeah.
You have people from all over the country as well as all over the world in the United States military. People couldn't wait to serve. And talk about one of the best learning experiences. I mean, I learned how to play dominoes and spades and hearts and all kinds of fun games, as well as learn how to roll my first lumpia. I mean, there's just...
You did all that in the military?
Oh, I did all that in the military.
Man, I should have joined the Navy, man. I was in Air Mobility Command.
I actually went there myself. They got good food there too.
Right? I mean, traveling, being able to travel was great, but having this brotherhood and sisterhood there around you 24/7 was even better. Different religions, different cultures, different food, different everything, belief systems. And it was very inspirational. Like you said, definitely, diversity is a very beautiful thing and very inspirational. And I I'm glad. If you look at the panelists here, we're very diverse in here. You know, females,
Yes.
males, young,
And
older,
all have beautiful hearts.
everything. Right.
Yes.
I mean, if not, we wouldn't be here.
And if I may, since there's three veterans here, you know, you and Glenn and myself, and there's a lot of people out there that they believe the military, all they do is go to war. And I kind of wanted to nip that in the tail while we're on here because, you know, I know a lot of us that are in the service, and all of us in some point or another, if you really think back on your service, have done a lot of humanitarian work. And as a matter of fact, I would bet to say that the majority of humanitarian work outside of church organizations, maybe just alongside a church organization that's done in the world, has been done by the U.S. military.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I spent so much time when we weren't practicing or participating in a war type situation or mission, moving food and moving ropey water purification units and moving supplies and medical supplies and doing all these things for people around the world in need. So the U.S. military does a lot of beautiful things in between their regular operating missions to spread love and help people.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And you actually forget about it because you're not doing it to say, oh, well, I did this, you know, I need to add it to my resume. Until you mentioned, I actually forgot we actually did. In between, you know, work, family, and everything, we still made time to do that, and that's something I actually need to personally get back into because it wasn't work. You know,
the Mount Pinatubo eruptions and evacuations because of that huge volcano erupting in the Philippines. You know, Operation Support Hope and Provide Comfort in Africa to make sure they had water and food. And I mean, they're just, I could go on and on. There's just so many.
Yeah, there is. Thank you for sharing, Mr. David. And Mr. Glenn, you're up next. Any experiences, new learning, new training, anything that you'd like to add to?
Mine's all life experiences. Started off when I was 17 years old when I went in the Army, and I ended up in Korea, and then from there I went to Vietnam and got out. Of course, I had a rough time, you know, because of what happened and what we did, you know. Along the line, I ended up. I've been sober for 45 years now, you know, and that was a defeat. That was a feat for me, you know.
That's a big.
Yeah, it was good. Matter of fact, is this month is 45 years, and I tell you, I help a lot of veterans out. That's my whole main thing is helping veterans get their benefits, help them. Also, plus I'm a senior vice commander for for the military of the Purple Heart, and I help veterans get their Purple Hearts, and I also I try to help other veterans stop drinking because there's a lot of them are having problems coming from Afghanistan and Iraq. And I've helped several of them from that, you know, because, you know, they always ask me how they do it. And I tell them just two things in life. I say, you never forget where you came from and you don't take that first drink. And a lot of the guys I know that they learned from that. And then some of them are like 8 years of sobriety, and one got 10, one got 2 or 3, you know. But along the line, I've helped a lot of veterans out. That's my whole main thing. I've been through, I've had several different businesses. They end up failing, but I found out that you never give up, you know. You never give up anything. You keep on pushing it, you know, just like being in the Army, you know. You don't give up. And I love helping people. I help 11 civilians and also veterans, and that's my main thing. And plus starting a business also, helping other people out. You know, sometimes I do that. You know, so I had my long life of experiences, my life of my experience from other people. You know, it gives me a warm heart just helping, you know, other people out, you know. That's my passion, you know. That's why.
And it gives me a warm heart that you're out there doing that and continuing to serve. And I appreciate you, Glenn. You're amazing.
Oh yeah, that's all I do, you know. And because I come across a lot of veterans. Plus, I go to the vet center. I've been going to vet center for 30 years, so I'm the oldest guy there at the vet center, and I help a lot of veterans out, you know. So, and then
Yeah.
starting a business, that's another thing. I never stopped doing a business, like the one I'm in right now. So I love being in business and to help people out and help everybody out. Yes.
Well,
So,
you're in the right place. You're in the right place, Glenn, and can't wait to see you thrive. And the reach is going to go out there. We do have a worldwide reach, so if there's anybody else that is interested also into starting a new business, an online business, it's not a local business. It's not down the street mom and pop store. This is an online business where you have a reach literally around the world. So this is the perfect place to help people. And I remember that's one of the things that Bob was talking about before, that he loves the fact that he could be able to help other peoples from around the world. I know Bob's a missionary and he knows all about that as well. And it's easy to say yes. Oh yeah, we want to do this. We want to go and help somebody or whatever. But it's another thing to, people that just do it. And I really commend you all for doing that, and I appreciate it. The world appreciates it. The military, the vets, all the kids that in the missionary, all the families, everything that everybody's ever done. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I hope people get to watch this to kind of see and meet and greet everybody. And if you ever have questions, hit us up again. Let me go ahead and go through a round robin one more time. I'm going to go ahead and put Mr. Brian up, if you wouldn't mind to say a little bit. We're going to close tonight out already. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to put each of your individual websites up. So if you'd like to contact any of us, it's easy. You need an email, name, and we'll get a hold of you. If you have questions, anything you need. So Mr. Brian, you're up first. Anything you want to say out to your audience?
Go Bills. What's up?
Hey. How did they do? Did they win?
I think they squeaked by just because of the snow.
That snow was getting them today, huh?
Yeah.
27-25.
Yep. Oh, okay. There we go. All right.
Go Bills.
Online handshake to you veterans tonight. You guys you guys are the foundation for this country, and make civilians like us get to play music and be goofy online and stuff. So appreciate it.
All right, and then next, Mr. Bob. Bob, you're up next. Let me switch this out.
Yeah, I think I would just say to those of you out there who may be watching or have seen an ad on Facebook about this business, and it piqued a little interest for you, don't listen to naysayers. Don't listen to all the negativity. People are going to push it down, but you need to remember to take the time to look at their station in life before you listen to their advice. If they're not doing better than you are, why would you take their advice? This opportunity is loaded with support and training and automated systems. Take a look at it. You'll be glad you did.
Thank you for reminding me. It's a lot of it. Even though we're learning something new every day, there is a big system that's already in place to take away half of that stress for you. Yeah. So thank you for mentioning that, Bob. Next, Miss J. Oh, your mic's muted still.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So I was going to say something else, but every time Bob speaks, it's like it sparks another thought. Yes, definitely check it out. Being in the education space and investing so much in my own education, colleges, universities. I went to so many different community colleges just to have a class, just to take a class and try out different classes at different places and Cal States and universities, and then online education. And this particular business, I think it's a very low cost entry compared to starting your own business, like it can be hundreds of thousands, right? If we start brick and mortar, maybe years. And for college education wise, comparative, like to the compared to this, I think it's a really it's been a really great investment in terms of growing and the support, like Bob said, the trainings, the systems that are in place. Like I know big companies like, the franchises out there that you can name, they spend millions of dollars on systems, and we get the system that we don't have to invest millions of dollars to have.
Great point, Ms. J. Exactly. And it's a difference too. I think it's a little bit different. For me, it hits where, oh my gosh, when I would go to college, like, oh, I have to take this class. I have to take this class. And now I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to learn this, and I need to learn that, and I need to learn how to use CapCut, or I need to learn how to use this program or that. And it's not because I have to, because I want to.
Right.
I really, really want to learn so I can grow, and that's a big difference. And like you said, it is definitely at the fraction of a cost of formal education. I mean, even our university here in El Paso has gone up. I believe it's over $1,400 a class now.
Yeah.
So it's just, and that's one of the way lower sides, of colleges too. So you can just imagine what we get, what we learn about business, about, mindset, self-growth, everything it's all around.
And again, I think there's a space for college and university. There's, but what I love about it, like you said, JT, is that we get to choose what we want to learn. And in this space, it's not like we have this path where we have to take these classes in order to graduate, right?
Definitely. All right. And I've heard other people say, you know what, just make the time. I think it was Miss Beth. Miss Beth, if you're watching, I thank you for your words of wisdom. She said, take, 15, 20, 30 minutes a day to learn something new. Whether you're in the car, at home, I could scroll mindlessly through certain social media sites, and 45 minutes have gone by, and I didn't learn anything except, maybe another goofy trend. But if I actually, give it that 1% and try to grow every day, it's gonna benefit me and everybody else that's in my groups. Mr. David.
Yeah, so I've been in the internet marketing space, believe it or not, since the Tandy computer, and I was dialing into some of the first BBS, bulletin board systems. And then
I was like, hey, wait a second, this isn't one of those shows.
This is when you put your phone on this little modem thing, and it makes a noise transferring data, and you're connecting to, it's crazy stuff. But a lot of people don't know about that. But literally, marketing started at that point, and then on into CompuServe and the AOL time frame, and then in the late 90s, I started my first internet business. And I just have to say that what we have here is one of the best support systems, both in people's heartfelt support and in the actual system for managing your automation and the background systems that you can integrate with to help manage all your posting. This is one of the best systems that I've ever seen. So if you haven't taken a look at this business, you got to connect with one of these beautiful hearts here, and you got to check it out, because it is the best I've seen, and I've seen a lot of them.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Mr. David. And last but not least, Mr. Glenn, our special guest tonight. Anything you'd like to say to any of your audience members or anybody that's sharing, or just anything? Let's toss it out there.
You guys said it all. I tell you that right now. I didn't get a chance to I have a website, but I didn't get a chance to put it up there because I'm with the system too. But a partner of mine who, I got away from it for a while. So now David and Jay is helping me out. I already paid for it and all that, and I'm trying to do it, but I'm learning right now. I'm new to this broadcast. I'm new to even talking like this.
Hey, you did great.
You did fantastic. Welcome.
Yeah. And that's That's how easy it is, for you to come on. This is your first time going on here, and
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. How do you feel? Do you feel welcome? Do you feel, how
Well,
was
how can I not? I mean, look at all you guys there. All your experiences and your businesses and everything you got going on, man.
Yeah.
And I feel real good.
No,
I
I'm
feel very
glad.
comfortable.
We're very glad to have you, and can't wait to see you grow. And we hope you take that next step and join us here. So that way we'll
Yeah.
get it going and stuff. And this was a great thing, guys. So if you're out there watching, I appreciate it. Hi to everybody. Let me just double check the comments. Let me make sure. Did I miss anything, guys? Let's see. Oh, here we go. We got PB. PB is one of our coaches. Super proud of you guys to show up for your business daily. Guys, feel free to leave comments even after the live. We take a look at them on a daily basis, and we can get back to you. But guys,
I
thanks for
got to
sharing.
say that I think we all have had the wonderful pleasure of being supported by PB and her husband Josh. They are just golden hearts. They are super successful with this product, and I mean, beyond a lot of people's dreams. People can't even imagine, and they are helping each and every one of us to do the same thing. So, the best time to get started is now.
Yeah, definitely. And going back off of that too, David. When people start becoming successful, it's easy for people to change, and I've noticed that they've just become more kind. They've changed in a more positive way, more helpful. I mean, they could have just said, "Well, you guys are on your own. We're doing our thing, and we're in the five figures already, making money." But no, like every day they're checking up on us, like that we're their kids. Come on, guys, let's do this. Let's check this out. How's this going? Do you need help with this? You help. I mean, everything that a coach is supposed to be to root you
Yeah.
on, to cheer you on, support you, and everything. So
Right,
we have great mentors, great coaches in here. And with that said, great evening, guys. Let's go see what's going on in the world after here.
I
And
have one more thing to say,
yes, of
and
course.
that is success leaves clues. When you are supported by the right people, by the right mentors, and you support people as a mentor and give them the right support, that's where success comes in. Success leaves clues.
Thank you, Mr. David. All right, guys. Anything else for tonight? With that, let's sign off. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a great evening. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Happy
Later.
Sunday.
Next time.